Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of crucial bipartisan legislation that will support our nation's most vulnerable. The IDEA Full Funding Act is a bipartisan, common-sense commitment to our nation's children who are living with disabilities. This is not just about dollars and cents. It's about fulfilling a promise made 50 years ago to ensure that every child, regardless of ability, has access to a quality education that prepares them for a full and productive life. When Congress passed the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act in 1975, it was a landmark step towards educational equity. The federal government pledged to cover 40% of the excess costs of special education services. Yet for decades, we have fallen short of the promised funding levels, which have hovered around 13 to 15%, leaving states and local school districts struggling to make up the difference. This shortfall forces schools to stretch their already limited resources, meaning fewer special education teachers, outdated instructional materials, and less support for students who need it most. The burden does not just fall on the schools, it affects families, educators, and ultimately the success of our communities. At the Education Workforce Committee last week, we just heard about the exciting new opportunities artificial intelligence presents to advance education for students with special needs. However, many of those opportunities will not be realized if Congress does not live up to its commitment. The IDEA Full Funding Act ensures that we meet that commitment, gradually increasing federal support until we reach the promised 40%. It's not just good policy to invest in our nation's future and ensure students with disabilities have access to a high-quality education. It's the right thing to do. Full funding will provide critical resources to schools, enabling students with disabilities to receive services and the support that they need. It will reduce financial strain on state and local districts, preventing them from having to cut other essential programs. This legislation supports teachers and staff, ensuring that they have the tools and the training to deliver high-quality special education. Lastly, and most importantly, it gives families peace of mind, knowing their children will receive the education they deserve without unnecessary hurdles. Investing in special education is an investment in future taxpayers, workers, and independent citizens who contribute to society. By fully funding IDEA, we alleviate the pressure on states and local governments, thereby strengthening our education system. Mr. Speaker, we have an obligation to every student in this country. When we fail to meet our commitment under IDEA, we fail millions of children who deserve a fair shot at success. Passing the IDEA Full Funding Act is a step towards fairness, responsibility, and a brighter future for all. I urge my colleagues to support this essential legislation. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my